Hello, and good evening. Alright, so, this is, well, another part, another headset, another set of settings, so we'll see how all this comes through. Now, we're moving on to the next bit here, so hold high your cups and all that. Yeah, these names are weird. Alright. No idea what's coming up, so we'll probably just replace Rapari with Mosquito, or just not have any crossbows whatsoever. Yeah, well, actually, no. Let's see, it looked kind of like a courtyard map, so they might be somewhat useful. Yeah, let's replace Toots with Mosquito, I think. While everything's okay so far, kind of starting to worry that we're going to end up taking some injuries on the way up. Okay, yeah, this is completely not the direction I thought we were coming from. Okay, Cockatrice has to go away first. Not immediately seeing any healing element, but let's take a look. Got all their crazy weapons and stuff already. Well, they do have a gunner. What are you? An attacker. Okay, no healing element. Healing element, no problems. Moving on. Yeah, by the way, sorry for that occasional, like, chirping sound. I'm still trying to figure out the levels on this microphone. And that's just something that I kind of sort of do that completely drives my wife nuts, so yeah, I'll figure that out at some point. Figure out some way to remove that like I did on the old mic. But, yeah, we'll figure that out over time. There we go. Yeah, there's a lot that's a little bit weird with the sound right now. Actually, I can barely hear the audio because it's got to be down so low. Even with the mic turned almost all the way up and even expanded to some degree. Although, funnily enough, expanding it like 5% more caused it to get some weird fuzzy noise and everything. It's not a situation. As I've mentioned before. What can you do? At any rate, you know, sorry for the kind of erratic parts. There's been all kinds of fun going on this end. Almost missed the button that time. So yeah, but finally, after like a week and a half, this bronchitis thing is exactly where it was before. So everything else is gone. There's still just an annoying cough. It just keeps showing up, it won't disappear, keeps pretending to disappear, and then coming back 5 seconds later. I'm like, oh, haha, you thought you got away from that? No, you didn't. Yeah. Over and over. It's a very literal pain in the neck and really, really incredibly annoying. So hopefully that'll go away at some point, you know, whenever it kind of feels like it, I guess. But until then, I'm kind of stuck with it, so what can you do? Now, you appear to be in a prime position to do some virtuousness. He's got Dragon's Eye going, so let's go over here. Free up a little bit of space. Dang. Missed the one that we wanted. And I'm really not liking this position right here on the corners. Just because a single crit could potentially knock him off a cliff. And I can't even get steadfast on these guys, so that would basically be an injury right there. Because, well, as you probably noticed, they're hovering, they're not flying, so they're not exactly flying back up that cliff. But, such is life. Gravity is not a friend of anyone. I would like to get a slow on this guy. unfortunately, whatever they do next is definitely going to hit. Those two warriors up front there are probably the bigger threats in terms of offense, but in the long run, the dragons are going to make the bigger difference. Holy dang. That is absolutely hilarious. Little ones off in the background here, like, in the middle of breakfast and all that. And it's just funny, because every now and then you'll just see where they're... I don't even... Well, there's no nice way to put it. They're just sitting there, basically trying to go number 2, and they just have this huge, intense look on their face, like they're about to go win some lifting competition. Like, if you've ever seen one of those pictures of somebody doing a deadlift competition and they literally look like they're just about to explode out of their face, that is the exact look, and it's hilarious. They're just over there like a pancake in one hand, a waffle in another, and just like that look on their face. That's great. Alright, so we're getting a little bit demolished here. Virtuous. Good. And now back to healing, because holy crap, everyone's in really bad shape. Thankfully, these heals do not take much time to pull off. Alright, so surrounded by the cockatrice now. I need these guys going. That's the thing. Can you... Alright, I have an idea. Why don't you go up here? I think this one's the bigger threat because of the whole shackle thing. Enough. Yeah, definitely a TP to 0. So we'll drop that there, and hopefully they'll take it. Let's get you over here. Pop this one some more. Don't want to burn through all these traps, but all things considered, it's kind of a practical option here. Oh, good job. Absolutely fantastic. Okay. Can't do anything. That actually worked out really well right there, because it essentially put 2 backs to this trap right here. Yeah, April's gonna need the most healing. Now, hopefully they run into the traps. I think we need to start taking out this one, because if they get everyone pinned and locked to the ground, then we're going to have major problems. So at the very least, start hurting them, while hopefully not charging their TP up at all. Okay. Infernal. Good. Yeah, Kiddo just figured out how to say, "Hey, you," because the wife and I are always saying it to her. It's not like, I don't know if you can hear in the background, which I think with the levels adjusted now you shouldn't be able to, but she's over there in the back saying, "Hey, you." It's pretty adorable. Always so freaking adorable. Okay. There. Pew. Should probably check if the otter's been on this whole time, and yeah, it looks like it has. What's funny is how much higher it seems like it was, or it is now, than it was before. But yeah. Despite the fact that it shows like 2 to 3 times higher, it's just super low for whatever reason. Ah, that would have been great. Well, either way, I think we have this frontline situation figured out. So why don't we do that? Why don't we do that? And why don't you go deal with these up here, because you've got the highest movement speed. There we go, that 25%. Beautiful. A couple more cards for traps, and hopefully that continues on. Actually, I think I set one of these up. Was it April? Yeah, I think it was April here that I set up for higher damage. I went to test out how well the gloves did. And it seems like they add about 30, which is pretty fantastic. Alright, yeah, take that one out. Perhaps a bind would have been a little bit more useful, but I kind of want them to move. Alright, they're whopping Mosquito. Friggin' whops. How many wops can there possibly be? Honestly, they should probably be pretty pissed off right now. It's such a huge advantage and it's all gone. Vin continues not to do damage for some reason. Does anyone have disarm? No. Unfortunately. Alright, let's reclaim these dragons because they're about to switch sides again. Hoping to get the gunner by chance, but no. No luck there. Okay, lucky miss. Oh, he's... Oh, no, wait, that's the one we just got. The other one's about to switch sides. Like, even best case scenario, he's really gone far longer than he should have so far. It's Kane. Somehow, I guess he survived through Command and Conquer, and now he's just over here. He joined the Templar. That'd be an interesting crossover. Just Command and Conquer and Tactics Ogre. Would that turn into, like, Command and Ogre, or, like, Tactics Conquer? Both sound a little bit awkward, but hey. I could see that kind of sort of working. Actually, they kind of sort of tried that, didn't they? It was like Red Alert 3 was absolute insanity. I mean, the friggin' war dolphins for crying out loud. So, maybe not so crazy. Okay, they, I don't know whether by luck or intention, just took out our best healer. Or our best caster. Oh, by the way, I just noticed, I don't know if this is from the last patch or not, but, yeah, right here, this thing actually stuns now. So stun, poison, and then venom. So it's actually worthwhile now. Good stuff. Alright, you do that. Get you off the dangerous corner. Got one melee guy still left down here. Or girl, I don't know. Yeah, time to continue on with healing, I think. Because we cannot afford to take any more injuries. Already got a couple of them going through this whole thing, I think, and there's a lot of fights to go. These are still the easy ones. So if there's any hope of making it to the end of this run, it's gonna take a lot more than, a lot better than we've been doing. It would have been a very prudent idea to actually, you know, fill out the party before coming here, but hey, we'll deal, I guess. Crunch. Steve has his crunch move. I just like to think he's just going and doing like neck snaps from behind or something. Seems like a pretty Steve thing to do. Also, a 40% that they didn't hit, it's a miracle. Okay, 25% that missed, good. How would you guys like to be friends again? Actually, no. We need more damage over time on these things. So go for that poison and venom again. Enough. Alright, do we have the thing that lets what's their face talk again? No, we don't, oddly enough. I was hoping to get rid of that silence. Don't know why we don't have it. That's an odd one. Arrhythmia, I think. As if that dragon wasn't stunned enough already. Alright. Give this guy a little bit of pew-pews. Mr. Leopold. Leopold Scotch at Leia Butters. Why don't we just go ahead and make you not have a turn? Sounds like a good plan. Or we're gonna miss. That works too. Sometimes you gotta miss, sometimes you gotta not miss. I suppose in that case both were acceptable options. It's actually a funny thing that the follow-up to this, or not really a follow-up so much as I was actually going to be doing a... Oh crap, they got Mosquito again. I was actually going to be doing yet another series coming up soon here of all of the random things, I know. But I found out that, of all things, Morrowind got a mod. Well, okay, that's no surprise. It's been getting mods for like 10 plus years, but there was a very interesting thing that somebody did. In that normally, most of, if not all of the mods up to this point were basically stuff like, you know, just like, we added all this new stuff, we changed all the graphics around, we did all the, you know, we changed everything to something completely different. And that's all well and good, but sometimes you just want to enjoy the original thing a little bit. And interestingly enough, somebody had gone through and rebalanced it all. Well, kind of sort of rebalanced. Like, it was, as I understand it, like thousands of little tiny tweaks and little fixes and stuff like that to, like, patch out stuff that was broken and, well, just as they put it, change the entire thing to being like revisiting an old town instead of finding out that your old town was replaced by a bunch of Starbuckses. Now, it's not very often that you see mods doing that. Like, OV, I feel, kind of did it. I feel like, let's see. A good example of that was like Jay Sawyer, for example, in New Vegas. Like, you see mods that are clearly there to try and take the vanilla experience and just pretty much expand it rather than going and adding a bunch of new stuff. So, anyway, point being, more stuff. I always just found that one really, really relaxing. So, might be doing that next. We'll see. Want to try and test out as many different things with this new headset as possible. See what I need to potentially fix, and would rather not do like 50 TO parts and run into some different technical issue each time. So, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so I think because I moved and fired with Mosquito, there's at least a reasonable chance that they're going to be fine. Aww. Alright, Steve needs to overdrive. And I feel like I mention this every single time, but I'm not collecting these cards for stats because there are no stats to be gained. Doing it exclusively for the purpose of just being able to lay more traps in the future. Which is nice, it actually gives a reason to do them besides, well, there goes Luca. Besides the usuals. Alright, come on, Vin. You have exactly enough to finish this guy. Please do it. Dang it, Vin. You just have to finish that guy. Okay. Thankfully, April still has a ton of damage here, so... this is still possible. So I'm just gonna leave him there. Hopefully we can maybe pull a snipe off on this guy from here. Just because you're pretty low on points, so actually one spot over. Ah, that's a new one. She's over there doing like a hat tipping motion. Never seen her do that. Screw everything about this cough. Oy. It's like one of those ones where you basically end up getting... as I was saying, getting interrupted in the middle of a sentence and then finding yourself short on oxygen. That's always fun. Alright, please don't crit this time. Good. Got the card, and April can just finish this off now. think that'll have to be that for now, because I don't think the rope can take any more of this for today. Alright, anyway. So we're still continuing on through here. Looks like we're getting to the fun map. This one right here, if it's the one I'm thinking of, that was the one that nearly ended the no-skill run, so that should be interesting. Alright, anyway, see you next time.